pre-snap read all the way in the afternoon, early evening. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Pre-snap read solo mission with the rising Rhino. Thanks for joining in. We have a new time slot this week. We're going to check this out to see if it's a decent time. We usually do early in the morning, 5 a.m. Mountain Time, 7 o'clock East Coast time. But we're going to try this before Thursday Night Football. We'll see how it goes. Welcome in, Choma, Sticks, McCool, George, Giants fan. And, yeah, let's go. We're going to start things off. We're going to start with the news and notes, which you probably heard of already. But just in case, Joe Flacco was traded to the Bengals, Ravens to the Browns to the Bengals. The Bengals... I'm sorry, the Ravens. I'm so stuck with Flacco on the Ravens. The Browns traded Flacco in a 6th-round pick for just a 5th-round pick. So they're moving up and getting a 5th, but losing their 6th. So they get a little bit of a return, especially for a guy that they benched and don't have any plan on playing for the rest of the year. So good stuff for the Browns because Flacco's a statue. He is not even a shadow of his former self. He's so far removed, but we'll see if he can get some protection with the Bengals. I don't think so. It's going to be a disaster, but he has a lot of weapons. He's got T. Higgins that wants the ball, Jamar Chase that always gets the ball. We'll see if he can do anything in that pocket, but I'm worried about that offense line of the Bengals. I don't think it helps him, but Jake Browning's been awful. So I get the move. It's just... I don't think it's going to help the Bengals. They're not a playoff team. They're not going to make the playoffs. But maybe he can toss the ball around and get T. Higgins and Jamar Chase tons of fantasy points. But I don't see that really helping the Bengals. I like the Browns getting an earlier pick, an earlier third-day pick next year, which is pretty cool, pretty good. What up, Bruce? Welcome in. So that's the deal with that. I don't think it moves the needle anywhere. But the other things that you have to pay attention to, Lamar Jackson didn't practice yesterday or today. And same thing with Kyler Murray on the Cardinals. Their quarterback didn't practice yesterday or today. So it seems like Cooper Rush might be getting another start for the Ravens, which is bad news because, that Ravens team is bad with Lamar Jackson. It's even worse without Lamar Jackson, obviously. And then Kyler Murray, his backup is Jacoby flippin' Brissett. So if he's got to go and start against the Colts, oh dear God, the Colts are going to destroy the Cardinals so bad. Jacoby Brissett was terrible for the Colts 6 years ago, and here we are in 2025, and he's an okay backup, bottom of the line backup, and he can't move either. So he's going to get destroyed. He's a conservative quarterback. He just likes to throw the short stuff. The Colts are going to pressure him, gobble him up all day. It's going to be bad. So we got to keep an eye on Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray going forward to Sunday. But we're going to hop into our quarterback spotlight segment to start the day after, the whole Flacco news. Real quick before we move to quarterback spotlight, Shedeur Sanders, we got to see if he's the number 2 quarterback or not. Because they got Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi on practice squad. The coach didn't commit to Shedeur Sanders being the number 2 yet, so this may get spicy. This may get entertaining going to Saturday and Sunday with if they name Shedeur Sanders the number 2 or the 3. Just imagine they elevate Zappi from the practice squad to the number 2. Oh, man, that'd be hilarious. Shedeur's going to go nuts. Right now, Shedeur's like, I'm thankful for whatever the Browns do. Yeah, right. Sure. He's so mad. He's fuming. He's angry. He wants to play, but he's not good. He's not ready. He's not there. He's immature. Can't play. He played great in college, but not many people can make the step from college to the pros. So we'll see if Shedeur can do that, but we got to keep an eye on if he'll be quarterback 2 this Sunday, which he may not be. So we shall see. All right, going to the quarterback spotlight, I have 3 different matchups with some interesting quarterback matchups. So it's looking pretty good. There's a few that I like. Let me know what yours are. So let me know what quarterback the light is shining on for you. So quarterback spotlights. Let me know yours. So right now my first matchup is the Seahawks versus the Jaguars. So both teams that I think are way outperforming where they are. So we got Sam Darnold versus Trevor Lawrence. So Sam Darnold of the Seahawks versus Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguars. Those teams playing great, shockingly well. I'm so confused because we got Sam Darnold, the number 2 QBR quarterback in the league right now, and Sam Lawrence all the way down to 21. So it's Lawrence is towards the bottom, but he's getting the Jaguars team to win because that team is pretty decent. They have a good running game. They have what's his name? Little had an interception on Patty Mahomes, a pick 6 to help them seal the deal. So the team for the Jaguars playing good. The Seahawks with Sam Darnold playing elite. So he played well with the Vikings last year, and where last year I was like, oh, Darnold, he's going to crumble. This can't be him. And he stayed, top notch all year long and made a Pro Bowl, I'm pretty sure. But Sam Darnold finally figured it out after all those years. Trevor Lawrence trying to figure it out, but I don't think he's there yet. I think he just got so much hype that he's not performing. Sam Darnold, 9 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Nice little 3-to-1 ratio. Trevor Lawrence, 6 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. But he gets more with his legs and that winning touchdown against the Chiefs where he falls down, gets up, looks around, runs into the end zone for a touchdown to win the game. So that was just ridiculous, horrendous, just flat out bad by the Chiefs. Give me a second. Sorry, my nose is running. Just like Trevor Lawrence is going to be running for his life against the Seahawks. No big deal. What's up, Al? Welcome in, welcome back. And Godin joining us. Awesome stuff. So that's my first matchup, watching Darnold versus Lawrence. I'm leaning towards Darnold because he's number 2 in QBR, Lawrence 21. So I always lean towards the quarterbacks because they have more of an impact on winning games. So I have that's high on my list, even though the Jaguars have a better defense. So they could easily win. They took down Patty Mahomes. They could take down Darnold. So that's my first quarterback spotlight, Darnold versus Lawrence. And of course, I'll be pushing for the Seahawks because I'm a Colts fan. And I want the Jaguars to lose. But I still need to see more from Lawrence. They're just finding ways to win. And they lost to the Bengals a few weeks ago. And the Jags just look okay, in my opinion. And I'm not overly impressed with, excuse me, I'm not overly impressed with the Seahawks either. But that's my take on that. The next matchup, which is pretty spicy, and I think I'll be covering this game in the afternoon. So that Darnold-Lawrence game is 1 o'clock Eastern. The 4:15 Eastern is the 49ers and the Buccaneers. 49ers and the Bucs. We got Mac Jones versus Baker Mayfield. This one's a doozy. This is my second best. So Darnold-Lawrence is number 3. Number 2 on my list is Mac Jones versus Baker. Mac Jones is number 10 ranked QBR versus Baker, who's number 8 ranked QBR. Very close. And Mac Jones has 6 touchdowns to 1 interception. He's been starting with, this is going to be his 3rd start. So he's playing really well in the absence of Purdy, who's also been out. We don't think he's going to play either. I think Jones is going to get another start. And Baker, 10 touchdown passes to 1 interception. He's playing elite. He dominates the 4th quarter. The Bucs are a great team. So the 49ers versus the Bucs in the NFC, this is a primo matchup. This is a must-watch. I'll be streaming this. I pretty sure I'm doing this one, like 99.9% sure. So I'm not sure, but I should be doing it. So Mac Jones versus Baker. And how I feel about Mac Jones right now is how all of you guys feel about Daniel Jones. We have the resurgence of the Joneses. So how you guys feel about Daniel Jones? Oh, he's going to crap out. He's going to turn back to Daniel Jones soon. He's not this good. This can't last forever. This is how I feel about Mac Jones. I'm like, this guy sucks. How is he doing so well? So, well, maybe it's time to think the other way. Maybe Mac Jones, just like Daniel Jones, are putting it together. They're finally putting it together. It's weird to say, but with a good offensive line, a good running game, a good team around you, you can succeed. Mac Jones on those terrible Patriots teams after Tom Brady left couldn't do anything. So, same thing with Daniel Jones. No running game. Jones did well that 1 year with Barkley. No offensive line, not good coaching. They don't succeed. Now they're put in good situations, and wow, look at these quarterbacks. Mac Jones looks good. Daniel Jones looks good. So it's crazy to think that Mac Jones is actually decent. And this is going to be a great matchup. Mac Jones, Baker Mayfield, Sunday, 4:15 Eastern Time. I'll be covering it. We got to watch. We got to see which of these two quarterbacks going to step up, get the win. What's up, USN? Sticks. Let's go. So, yeah. That's my second best quarterback spotlight of the week. And my number one quarterback spotlight of the week is also I'm covering. It's a Sunday night game, 8:15 Eastern Time. It's Jared Goff of the Lions taking on Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs. So Jared Goff is the number 7 QBR. Patty Mahomes is the number 4 QBR. So they're very close. Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs, they're barely hanging on. They're 2-3. Their team doesn't look good. Their wide receivers are iffy. Kelsey's on the decline. Still good, but not elite. And I'm worried about this Chiefs team. I don't know. They might sneak in as a playoff team, but Patty Mahomes is the guy that's holding his team together. They still have a playoff chance. I mean, it's only week 5. We're going into week 6, but he's the 4th best QBR with nobodies. He's got Xavier Worthy, who's super lightning fast, and they don't have a running game. Their defense is okay against Jared Goff, who's got a pretty darn good defense. He's got a lot of weapons. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs. This is going to be a disaster. If the Lions destroy the Chiefs, these Chiefs may be looking to hope to get a number 7 seed in the AFC. But if the Patty Mahomes can win and beat these Lions, who are the best team in my opinion, number 1 in the league. Okay, that first week was rusty against the Packers. So Jared Goff, if they lose to Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs, this is going to move the Chiefs up there. Maybe they win the division. Maybe they can get the 2nd or 3rd seed. But if they lose, I think this sends them down, and they're going to be scrambling to get a 6 or a 7, unless the Chargers keep crumbling with Justin Herbert. Something's wrong with that guy right now. And that team, tons of injuries, losing Hampton, Harris, and a couple offensive lines, a couple of offensive linemen. So that's a big game. That Sunday night game has big purpose. This could derail the Chiefs big time if they lose. They lose last week to the Jaguars away, and let's see if they lose at home to the Lions. That'll be crushing for your Kansas City Chiefs. But let's see. So that's my main matchup. I'll be pulling for the Lions. I want the Chiefs destroyed. Whenever there's an AFC NFC matchup, if it's against a playoff team, I definitely want the NFC teams to win because I want my Colts to move on up. What do I think of the Browns and the Jags trade? You got to be more specific. I didn't hear about that. I just saw the other day the Flacco from the Browns to the Bengals. I didn't see any trade with your Browns and the Jags. But anyway, we'll get back to that. All right, so that's my quarterback spotlight. Now we're going to go to buy, sell, which we're going to ask you questions, and then I'm going to give you my take. You give me your take. So buy and sell. Here's my first question. Buy, sell. The Ravens miss the playoffs. The Ravens, the 1-4 Baltimore Ravens, do they miss the playoffs? All right, Derrick Henry, not playing well. Travis Henry, long gone. Derrick Henry, not playing well. His beginning of the season went well, and he was dominating. Rushing yards, touchdowns looked amazing. Last few weeks, terrible. He's got a fumbling problem. I don't think he fumbled in the last 2 games, but he's not getting many yards. 40 to 60 yards a game around there. So, and I was looking at their schedule, the Ravens. They don't have a hard schedule. It's not that tough. But they have, these are like the definite losses for the Ravens for me. They got to take on the Rams this week. They got the Patriots. They got the Packers and the Steelers twice. So I got them losing the Rams, Pats, Packers, Steelers at least once. That's 4 more losses. That gives them 8. And then I'm going to say they lose one of those other games to give them 5 losses, which I put them at an 8-9 record and missing the playoffs. That's not going to be good enough. Chomas, McCool, USN, all buying it, all say that they're going to miss the playoffs. The Ravens are out. What up, Mike Gull? Always like Flacco, cool guy. Yeah, so I got them missing the playoffs as well. I'm buying that. I'm saying they're out, especially with the rise of the Jaguars. Okay, the rise of the Patriots who beat the Bills. So the Patriots beat the Bills, close game, but they had the step ahead. Same thing with the Jaguars. They outplayed the Chiefs. Patty Mahomes had a chance. That pick 6, though, by little, nasty in the goal line within the 5-yard line. Can't do that, Patty. Can't do that. And so the Jaguars and Patriots rising on up. They might steal. They should steal the Ravens spot, but they could even steal the Chiefs spot in the playoffs. What up, Dallas? Dallas is here too. Nice. So that's why I'm buying this as well. I'm saying the Ravens missed the playoffs. I'm saying they're going 8-9 at best. And I think the Steelers probably win the division some way, somehow at like 9-8. But by default. Because the Brownies, great defense. Unless Dylan Gabriel improves in the next 2 weeks and just goes way up and starts tossing the ball everywhere and winning games, the Browns, they're not going anywhere. Flacco on the Bengals, I don't see that doing anything. So it's between the Steelers and the Ravens who are on the bottom. But Lamar Jackson's injured. If we got another Cooper Rush game, they're going to lose. If Lamar doesn't come back soon to save this team, which even if he does, I don't see him saving this team. The team is bad. The defense sucks. They don't have a running game. The 1-4 Ravens with a possible MVP, two-time MVP quarterback. Lamar Jackson. Not going to be able to carry this team. Not going to carry this team. All right, that's my first buy sell. The second one, I got three of them. So the second one is the Colts extend Daniel Jones in the next few weeks. So buy or sell. You buying that the Colts extend Daniel Jones or in the next few weeks, or they wait till the end of the season? Daniel Jones getting extended by the Colts. So do you think DJ is going to get locked up? And let me know what your idea of a contract would be. So I'm going to run through some numbers, what I think it would be if they do it. I would say if the Colts are going to do it, they better do it in the next month, in the next 4 weeks. So they better sign this guy soon. I don't know if they're going to sign him. I want them to sign him. I need them to sign him. The Colts need them to sign him. Anthony Richardson's still a project. He's an unknown. He's a question mark. You can't just go all in on a question mark. They tried the last 2 years. It failed. Flacco failed. Minshew failed. Anthony Richardson might fail. Probably will fail. He's not showing what he can do. Daniel Jones with this team, he's doing well. They need to sign this guy. I don't know. You tell me. Do you think they're going to sign him? This is what I'm thinking he might get. He might get 4 years, $200 million. 4 years, $200 million is what I'm thinking. 4 years, $200 million. Guaranteed? I don't know. $120 million guaranteed? $140 million guaranteed? But it's going to be something crazy like that. So Daniel Jones performing a contract year, because the last contract he got from the Giants, when he had that one good year, I think he had like 20 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions, something along those lines when he had Barkley, and he got that $40 million a year. He got $40 million a year with the Giants. This would be $50 million a year for 4 years. 4 years, $200. You're going to sell it, McCool? You're going to wait on it? Man. Well, I'm going to say they're going to dominate the Cardinals, and they're going to do a 5-1 on Sunday. If the Jaguars lose, which I hope they do against the Seahawks, they're going to go to 4-2. They got to lock this guy up. The sooner the better. The sooner the better. What's going to make the AFC North interesting there, USN? I don't know. Danny Dimes. And because Danny Dimes is a fluke, and hopefully they do extend him, he's not a fluke. He's got the best QBR in the league after 5 weeks. After 5 weeks, best QBR. It's not a fluke. Same thing with Mac Jones. It doesn't seem like it's a fluke. They're doing well in good systems. Sam Darnold last year wasn't a fluke. Geno Smith, when he came out of nowhere, wasn't a fluke. Had a few good years. Now Geno's crumbling. Not a fluke, Chomas. Not a fluke. The fluke is if it's 1 week or 2 weeks. This has been 3, 4, 5 weeks now. Not a fluke. It's a pattern. It's a habit. This is who he is now. Daniel Jones is good. All right? He's not only good, but he's the best quarterback in the league. QBR. Best quarterback in the league. Right there with Josh Allen. Right there with Jared Goff. Right there with Patty Mahomes. Crazy to say, crazy to think. But it's time to change it. It's been 5 weeks. And watch what he does against the Cardinals. Gonna dice up the Cardinals. Not a fluke anymore. It's fluke if it's once or twice. Not 5 times in a row, which will be 6 this Sunday. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping to buy it. I don't know. I want them. I want to be a buyer. I hope I'm in. I'm rocking Eli Manning, by the way. I was going to wear Daniel Jones right now, but they should lock him up and do it pronto to save money. Because if he keeps playing like this, and which he should and he will, that's going to cost him even more money. So they got to lock him in. You need the quarterback. That's what the Colts need, a quarterback. All right. So my next buy sell in the same theme. Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua is going to get extended in the next few weeks and be the highest paid wide receiver in history. The highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. Because his contract's coming up. He doesn't have that 5th year because he was a 4th round pick. So they can't latch onto him for another year. They got to sign this guy soon. Will he be the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history? He's going to top Kupp, top Tyreek Hill, top Jamar Chase, who I think is the highest paid guy right now. Danny Dimes is going to end up like Kirk Cousins. No, Kirk Cousins is a bunch older. And Kirk Cousins was a pretty good quarterback for a while until the last 2 years. So Kirk Cousins was pretty darn good. He was an above-average quarterback. And he made a lot of money, so good for him. All right, but Puka Nacua, will he be the highest paid wide receiver? I was looking up the numbers and how much they might have to pay for Puka Nacua. It may very well be close to $40 million a year for a non-quarterback. He might be getting close to $40 million a year for a non-quarterback, a 4th round pick. 4th round pick wide receiver. The Rams got so lucky with this guy. This guy catches everything. He's always open, makes all the plays. What's up, Danny? Welcome in. So is Puka going to be the highest wide receiver, highest paid wide receiver in NFL history? The numbers are going to be around 4 years, 150 to 160 million. They're saying around 36, 37 million a year. What's going on, bud? Welcome in. It could be close to 40 million a year. 4 years, 40 million is 160. How much of that would be guaranteed? I don't know. 120 of it, 130. Sort of like Dimes. He might get the 200, maybe he gets 150. Guaranteed, excuse me. But Puka Nacua, those Rams, they're going to extend them. And the window for the Rams is kind of short right now because Stafford is at the end of his career. So he doesn't have many years left. We're talking about like 3 years tops for Stafford playing at this level because Stafford's playing amazingly well. So in the next 2 years with Puka, they might be able to get another Super Bowl. Stafford, if Stafford goes and with Puka goes to get another Super Bowl in the next 2 years, he's a Hall of Famer. Stafford being in the Hall of Fame. Thanks to Puka tearing it up. So he's already got 1, Stafford. He might get 2. This Rams team is pretty darn good. They lost to the Niners last week, which was unbelievable. A whole bunch of miscues. But they'll get them back when they're home. When the Rams are home, they'll get them. Pretty sure they were away against the Niners. Either way, they'll get them back. Don't worry. So I still got the Rams winning that division over the Niners. But yeah, so Puka, I think he's going to get extended too. It's going to be around the time that Daniel Jones in the next month. So let's say by the end of October. Around the end of October, Daniel Jones is going to get signed and Puka Nacua is going to get signed. Big contracts coming up by the end of October. By Halloween. These big contracts are coming, people. Get ready. Get flipping ready. That's the deal. Money bags. Lots and lots of dimes. You're going to have to pay Danny Dimes. He's going to get a whole truckload of dimes for this Colts team. And he might have his best performance against the Cardinals this week. Because if Kyler Murray's not playing, if they got to go Jacoby Brissett, the Colts going to have a lot of time on the field for that offense. Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor. And Jonathan Taylor has been tearing it up, getting all the touchdowns. So Daniel Jones' stats could be even better. His QBR could be even higher. But Jonathan Taylor, he's leading the league in touchdowns with 7. 7. Right above Javonte Williams at 6 and Amon-Ra St. Brown with 6. Jonathan Taylor, 7 total touchdowns. And Daniel Jones playing out of his mind. Best QBR. The stats are good for Daniel Jones, but he doesn't have all these touchdowns because they're getting inside the goal line. Daniel Jones ran a few in, and they run the ball in with JT. So this Colts team is dynamic. But, man, oh man. So Daniel Jones going to get a big contract. Puka's going to get a big contract, and the Ravens going to miss the playoffs. Puka's the top 5 wide receiver in the NFL right now. Yes, he is. Ibuka is not only in the lead for Rookie of the Year, he's one of the best wide receivers in the league. Yeah, I think he's fifth in receiving yards out of the whole league. Fourth or fifth. I know it's Puka and then JSN with yards. Puka has 588 yards receiving. JSN 534. Ibuka's a little bit behind them, and he's a rookie. That's insane, USN. Insane. What up, Bundy? Welcome in. We just did buy sell. We just rocked and rolled with buy sell. But before we get into the picks for tonight and the rest of the week, let me go through the QBR of the best quarterbacks and the worst quarterbacks, and then I'll give you the little leaders in a few categories to watch out for like possible MVPs, Offensive Player of the Year, guys to watch out for, guys that are shocking, things like that. The best QBR, the top 5, goes as follows from 5 down to 1. The number 5 quarterback, Lamar Jackson with a 74 QBR, and he's not playing. He didn't play. And he's not going to play this week. They got Cooper Rush, so those Ravens are trash. They're done. We got Patty Mahomes at 4, 75.1 QBR. He's just doing Patty things with that terrible team. I don't think that Chiefs team is good. It's all Patty Mahomes right now. That's it. That's all they got. And they're 2-3, and they still have a chance at the playoffs. Mind-boggling. Our Chris's Dak Prescott is number 3 in the league with QBR of a 76.5. Mind-boggling. The Cowboys almost beat the Eagles week 1. Playing pretty well now and getting wins. You know they're not winning because of that terrible defense. That defense is horrendous. They can't cover anybody. They can't cover me out there. All right? And I lost a step or two. And I never had blazing speed anyway. But Dak Prescott, the 3rd quarterback in the QBR ratings. That's what he's doing with the Cowboys. Maybe they can find a way into the playoffs. I know. Some people are super happy right now with Dak Prescott. It's shocking that he's the 3rd best quarterback in the league, according to QBR, which I really like. Number 2 is Sam Darnold, 78.9, and number 1, 79.7, is Danny Dimes. Going to get a huge contract. Dak got paid a few years ago, so he's earning his money, so did Darnold with a big contract. But Danny Dimes going to get paid more than those guys, I think. So, watch out. So, those are your top 5. Lamar, Mahomes, Dak, Darnold, number 1, Danny Dimes. All right, so the most touchdowns, I already gave you JT with 7, Javonte Williams, 6, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, 6. Well, my shocking one is Javonte Williams. That's just mind-boggling for the Cowboys. So, they got a running game, too. So, the Colts, 7 touchdowns on the ground. Cowboys, 6 touchdowns on the ground. And Javonte Williams was awful last year with the Broncos. Low yard per carry and bad news. But he's got quite the resurgence this year. And the Cowboys moving up the charts in the power rankings. So watch out for Dak and Javonte leading America's team to victory, which is pretty bonkers. Pretty bonkers. Oh, man. All right, so now we're going to go with the most passing yards in the league, the top 2. Stafford with 1,503, so 1,503 yards. And Dak is number 2 in passing yards, 1,356. So those are the top 2 passing yards. And Dak is number 3 in QBR. Stafford's outside the top 5, but I don't think he's too far away. Oh, I skipped the bottom 5. My bad. The bottom 5 teams, the bottom 5 QBR quarterbacks. Here you go. From 28 to 32. 28, Geno, the worst. He's 35 years old. He can't do a darn thing. 38.6 quarterback rating. 38.6. So just as how much Jones is above the average of 50, that's where Geno is below the average of 50. That's how bad that is. It's very close. So that's how bad Geno Smith's playing, leading the league in interceptions still. So Geno Smith, he fell off. He can't do a darn thing, and the Raiders have some weapons. But with Bowers out, that hurts, so he didn't have too many weapons. But still Genty with the running game. Geno, he's done. He's going to be out of the NFL quite soon. He can't do anything. Bad passes, bad decisions. Yikes. Browning, who's going to be back to the bench, a 35.3 quarterback rating. Done. Russell Wilson, bench. He's at number 30 with a 33.1 QBR. Gone. Number 31, the second worst quarterback, Flacco, who just got traded. Flacco's going to be starting for the Bengals, and he's the second worst quarterback in the league. 27.6, worse than Browning. He's worse than Browning in QBR. But yet, the Bengals trading for him and think that he's going to help their team. Like, oh, here's our savior, Flacco. Oh, look at me, I'm an idiot. Let me get Flacco, stone feed Flacco out there. Old man Flacco with a cane and cement shoes on. Let me chuck the ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Yeah, that's a good idea. Smart move there, Bengals. Yeah, watch. How many interceptions, how many fumbles, how many sacks is Flacco going to take behind that Bengals offensive line? A lot. That's the answer. A lot. We can't even count that high. I'm a math teacher. You know, you guys are going to need to write this down because you're going to forget how many sacks, interceptions, and fumbles he's going to have. Man, oh man, it could be close to 10. It could be close to 10 combined. With the sacks, interceptions, and fumbles, watch out. Flacco, going to be a disaster. Watch, he's gonna throw 4 touchdowns, no picks, and I'm gonna look like the biggest fool ever. But ouch, I don't think so. Flacco, the worst. And then the worst quarterback in the league right now, number 32, bottom of the barrel. You guys know who it is. It's Cam Ward, the rookie, 26.5, bottom of the barrel, worse than Flacco. He can't do anything. He's showing a couple little random spots of greatness, but that's less than you can count on one hand. I think it was like 3 plays in 5 weeks that were good throws. 3. Taking too many sacks. His completion percentage is a complete disaster. It's got to be close to Anthony Richardson's. It's awful. But he's the first pick in the first round. He's got potential, but he's got to keep learning. It's a disaster. What up, Mr. Mister? Welcome in. Flacco doesn't use a cane. He has a walker. That's right. He's got a walker out there. What a mess. But man, so those are the bottom 5, and then, 2 of them are benched, 1 of them got traded, and the other one might be seeing the bench soon, Gino. Maybe they'll get Pickett in there. Ward will keep playing, but out of the bottom 5 QBR, they're going to be losing. They either lost their job, got traded, or going to be destroyed. So, and then the top 5, if you look at DJ, team's playing well. Darnold, Seahawks playing well. Dak, the Cowboys almost beat, like I said, they almost beat the Eagles, and they're starting to play well. Patty Mahomes, that team is bad. It's all Mahomes. And then Lamar Jackson, that team's bad. Awful. Awful. The worst we've seen the Ravens in 25 years. When was the last time we've seen a Ravens team this bad? It has to be over 25 years. They won 2 Super Bowls in the last 25 years, and it's shocking to see this. It's pretty awful. But anyway, passing yards, we'll go to this. Stafford and Dak top 2. Rushing leaders, JT at 480, and the Bills, Cook, 450. So JT is still on top. Got the most rushing yards, most touchdowns, and the Colts looking good. What's up, Gaming Boy? Welcome in. And the Hawkins plays the Hawk sound for you. I don't have it up and open. Receiving, it's Puka, JSN. Shocking. JSN is number 2. I wouldn't think he'd be top 5, but Darnold to JSN. Tearing it up. So, Seahawks got a good running game, good passing game with Darnold. I'm leaning for them over the Jaguars. But sack leaders. Benito on the Broncos. 7 sacks through 5 weeks. 7 this guy has. This guy's an animal. He might be getting a contract soon. He might have this huge contract. I didn't even mention that one. But we can talk about that later. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. If he doesn't get a contract next week, Nick Benito for the Broncos defense. This defense is awesome, I'm telling you. We had that close game with the Colts and the Broncos a few weeks ago, and that was a battle. So, Benito is awesome. Awesome. I remember last year against the Colts, they got some pressure, and the Colts threw it over the middle, and Benito intercepted, returned for a touchdown. Nightmare. But this guy, growing stud, rising star. He is a star. 7 sacks. And then Young on the Rams. Byron Young has 5.5 sacks for that Rams defense, which is pretty darn good too, through 5 weeks. So if you got more than 5 sacks in 5 games, elite stuff by those 2 players. And then the interception leaders, we got Lloyd on the Jaguars with 4 interceptions and that pick 6. I said Little, but I think it was Lloyd who had that pick 6. Am I wrong on that? Little's the kicker. Maybe that's why he was in my head before, so I must have misspoke, because I definitely said Little. Lloyd, I think, was the guy who went like 98 yards for a pick 6 against the Chiefs. So he's got 4, and Byard on the, where's Byard? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. I was thinking the Titans, but it's not the Titans. Where's Kevin Byard? He's got 3 interceptions. Oh my God. I don't remember what that is. Anyway, but I'm pretty sure it's a playoff team. Who's got Byard? I don't know. Somebody look him up and tell me. But he's got 3 interceptions. Those are the top 2 guys on the interception list. So we're going to hop to this week's matchups. We're going to start with Thursday, and then we'll get to the Sunday games. If you're a wide receiver, your nickname would be Butterfingers. Well, you wouldn't be a wide receiver for long there, Gooden. That is for sure. So the game I'll be covering in a little while is the Eagles and the Giants. Giants are home. 4% of the ESPN people have chosen the Giants. You got to go with the Eagles. They finally lost the Bears. Thank you. So it's not a playoff team. The Bears. It totally escaped me. But yeah, the Eagles, they should beat the crap out of the Giants. They should win by more than 1 score. This defense, secondary, way too good. They're going to give Jackson Dart headaches. But let's see. If Dart can play well and show some good signs and some growth against this secondary, against this defense, that'll be amazing. I don't see the Giants winning, but if Jackson Dart could do certain things against this Eagles defense, which I don't think he will. I hope he does. I don't think he will. Because they made Bo Nix look bad. They make everybody look bad, this Eagles defense, or mediocre. And the Bo Nix and the Broncos came back in the 4th quarter, and no offense from the Eagles, and the defense let up a couple plays, and they blew the game against the Broncos. But Bo Nix was like 50% passing. He was like 9 for 18 in like through 3 quarters. They were destroying him. He couldn't do anything. So just think of what Dart is going to do. He's got no chance, Bundy. He's got no chance. The Bears. Thank you, Chomas. Yes, I totally could not think. Totally blanked out. But yeah, the Eagles should smother them. Barkley is going to have a field day. Goddard, I don't know about the wide receivers, but Dart's going to be in trouble. They better have a good game plan, passing the ball, running the ball with scataboom, and what have you, because this may be a long night in front of the whole world. All right, for Jackson Dart. But I'm going to watch. I'm going to root for the Giants and hope they beat those Eagles. Every game for the Eagles has been a 1-score game, so this is most likely a 1-score game. I don't think so. This might be a beat down, but let's hope the Giants can keep it within 1.5 scores. Next up, we got the Broncos and the Jets. I'm going Broncos, of course, even though the Jets are home, but ridiculous. 5% took the Jets. They all must be from New York because the Jets have not won a game. You think they're going to beat this Broncos team? You think Justin Fields is going to play well against this Broncos defense? They're going to make him run the ball all day. If he passes it, it's going to be intercepted. Fields, amazing fantasy quarterback. Not a good NFL quarterback. It's going to be bad. I might have to consider benching him against this team. Broncos defense is rising on up. Rising. The only time that they didn't look the best was against the Colts and Daniel Jones, where they dropped 29 on them. So, yeah, they lost. The other loss was to a field goal by the Colts and the Chargers. And Herbert didn't look good against them. The only one that looked good against that defense was Daniel Jones. And they had to set up for a few field goals because the whole pass interference in the end zone a couple times wasn't called. So the defense held a few times and against the Colts and Daniel Jones. So that otherwise this Broncos team and defense especially awesome. So watch out, Benito. Keep an eye on Fields. They're going to destroy the Jets. That should be way more than a 1-score game. What up, Ira? Joining the party. Let's go. Yeah, so the Broncos win it. I'm looking at these matchups. Eagles over Giants, easy. Broncos over Jets, easy. Then we got the Cardinals against the Colts. The Colts are at home. 7% took the Cardinals. 7. What? Kyler Murray's injured, not practicing? They're not going to be in sync. They don't have their running backs. They don't have Benson and Connor. I don't think they're playing either. DeMarcado with that dumb play. A.D. Mitchell dropping the ball at the goal line. But yeah, they lost to the Titans last week. It was a fluke fashion. It was a total fluke that the Cardinals lost. But Marvin Harrison dropping the ball here and there, which is shocking. I can't believe he's making some blunders. But with no Kyler Murray and with Jacoby Brissett, the Colts should dominate that game. That should also be more than 2 scores. So those first 3 games we're talking about, easy picks. Now this one should be an easy pick, but it's not. The Chargers and the Dolphins. Chargers and Dolphins. Fields 150 yards passing with 50 yards rushing. Ha! And the Broncos win 27-10. That's an interesting take there, Bundy. Could be right. Could be right. Chargers, Dolphins. Dolphins are home. Tua iffy. 8% took the Dolphins. Herbert not playing well. And they're on the road. Across the country. This should be a close game. The Chargers, Herbert not playing well. Najee Harris gone for the year. Then you got Hampton. He's on IR missing 4 weeks. So who do they got? Vital, whatever that guy's name is, the rookie last year. And then Haskins. These guys going to be running the ball. And they're missing a bunch of offensive linemen. So they're not going to be able to run the ball. They're not going to have time to pass. I like their wide receivers, Johnston, Allen, and Lad McConkey. Love that guy. That guy's awesome. He's a great slot receiver, gets open in the middle of the field. Doesn't score as many touchdowns as I would like. Allen and Johnston usually get them. But I'm worried about the Chargers. I had them winning the division. They were looking so good, rising on up, but shaky the last few weeks. And they're away. I'm worried that they might not get the win, but let's see if they can get back on track. If it's time to get back on track against the Dolphins, that would be a good time. So I'm leaning towards the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers, but this one's going to be closer than I think it's going to be closer than you think, or I think. The Dolphins don't have Tyreek Hill. They got Waddle. So if you want him in fantasy, trade for this guy. He's going to get a lot more passes, a lot more touchdowns. But I'm going Chargers, getting back on track. Browns and Steelers. This one's an interesting one. The Browns with Gabriel against the Steelers. Steelers are home. Gabriel's a young kid. That defense for the Steelers is amazing. They bring the pressure. They bring the house. They try to stomp you and just beat you down with the defense. But so do the Browns. Browns have the number one defense. I don't know if it's still the number one. It might be, but it's up there. But Aaron Rodgers against the Browns defense or Gabriel versus the Steelers defense, that's a slam dunk. You got to go with the veteran. You got to go with the 4-time MVP, Aaron Rodgers. You got to. Steelers home and Tomlin. And then you go rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel against this defense. This might be bad. How many pick sixes is he going to throw? Like, who's going to do worse? Dylan Gabriel against the Steelers defense or Jackson Dart tonight against the Eagles defense? Who's going to do worse? You tell me. You let me know. I think it's going to be bad for both of them. Flip a coin on who's going to be worse. It's a mess. So, let's see. Who's going to do worse? Who's going to do worse? Dart or Gabriel this week? Because I think it's going to be bad. Let me know. Dart or Gabriel? Man, I think it might be Dart tonight. Even though he's the more talented the more talented quarterback, I just think it's not pretty for either quarterback. So let me know who you think is going to do worse, Dart or Gabriel. Chomas' Dart. All right. All right, then we got the Cowboys and Panthers. The Panthers are home. 83% taking the Cowboys. The way Dak's playing, he's not home, but they got a running game. Defense is terrible, but it's against Bryce Young, who's awful. Awful. Bryce Young's so bad. I don't know how the Panthers are 2-3. Like, they choose when they want to play well and when they don't want to play well. But Bryce Young never plays well. So the rest of the team does. But Bryce Young, man, for a number one pick, he is not coming through in his third year, I must say. So you got to believe in Dak Prescott. Like I said, number 3 QBR. Bryce Young is down the list, way down. And you got to go with the away team, the better running game, the better quarterback. Panthers, they're not anything special. They beat the Falcons, 30-0 in a fluke. That's not holding. The Cowboys are rising up. I think the Cowboys are 2-1, and then the Cowboys, they tied the Packers too. So they're 2-1. They win. They're going to be 3-2-1 Cowboys, and then playoffs is in their future, quite possibly. What up, Michael? Welcome in. Man, oh man, Dart is going to win the game, Hawkins. Oh man, I hope you're right. That would be great. That would be lovely against the Eagles team. But I got Dak, Javonte Williams tearing up the Panthers. And my picks the last 2 weeks have been bad. Like, the NFL is some crazy stuff has been happening, which is what you want to see, because if it was too easy to predict, then it wouldn't be as fun to watch. But there are some upsets here and there, but you never know what's going to happen. The parody is real for the NFL. We're getting bots in here? We're getting bots in my pre-snap reads? The game's not on yet, bots. Ridiculous. Thanks for the views, bots. Thank you. All right, Seahawks and Jaguars. This is a close one. 57% leaning for the Jaguars since they're home. And the Seahawks have to go across the country. I get it. Oh, yeah, the Broncos and Jets are out there in London, too. That's the early game. I forgot about that. So, yeah. But anyway, Seahawks and Jaguars. I'm leaning towards the Seahawks. I'm going with the better quarterback. I'm going with Darnold. Like I said, 2 QBR versus Lawrence, 21 QBR. I know Darnold's away, but they're the better team. 3-2 Seahawks against the 4-1 Jaguars. I still think the Seahawks are the better team on paper and through the eye test, even though the Jaguars beat Mahomes. It took a little bit of luck to get that for the Jaguars. But the Jaguars are playing better than I thought, so they could easily win that one too. I wouldn't want to touch this game. I'll be rooting for the Seahawks, but it should be close. It's going to come down to the wire, just like the Chiefs-Jaguars game. It's going to be another close one. The Jaguars play a lot of teams close, so I don't think this one's any different. And I just hope that the Seahawks prevail. But this one can go either way. I'm not happy about taking the Seahawks. I'm only taking. I feel like it's a coin flip, but I want the Seahawks, and I want Trevor Lawrence to fail, and I want this running attack by the Jaguars to get stuffed, because Etienne's playing great. He's one of the best rushers in the league. I think he's number 4 now. He dropped a little bit. He didn't run well against the Chiefs, so he went down to number 4 or 5 in the league. He was number 2, but he had like less than 60 yards last week, so he didn't play that great. They're in London. The script doesn't want any blowouts, so keep it close. Oh. So 21-13 Broncos over Jets there, Bundy. Gotcha. Yeah, they're just. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards the Seahawks, but I'm not a big fan of it. Then we got the Rams going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Rams better win that. They have to bounce back after that awful, terrible loss against the depleted Niners. So the Rams, Stafford, should get in the zone, throw it 10 times or more to Puka, destroy Cooper Rush and the Ravens. I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to be back. Even if he is back, Rams should beat the Ravens, should be easy. The Ravens only beat the Browns, and they blew them out. I think it was 41-17. So that was the only time the Ravens won. And the Rams are going to be hungry to win after losing to the division rival of the Niners. And those miscues aren't going to happen in back-to-back weeks. Couple fumbles, 1 fumble inside the 5. Like, these are like fluky situations to lose. So the Rams would have a touchdown to take the lead in that game, but they fumbled it and lost it. So these little things, they usually don't keep happening. So going with the Rams. All right, Patriots and Saints. The Saints got a win against the Giants last week, and now the Giants have the Eagles. So they're going from one of the worst teams in the league to one of the best teams in the league. So Giants are in trouble. But anyway, Patriots, Drake May, they just beat the Bills, and the Saints just beat the Giants. Way difference in level of talent, and 8% are going with the Saints. I'm going with the away team. I'm going with the Patriots. Drake May and this team starting to put it together. They're a wild card team, in my opinion, the Patriots. They're taking the Ravens spot. They may take the Chiefs spot. The Patriots are going to be like a 6 or a 7. So watch out for New England. I don't like it. I hate the Patriots. You guys know this. You know this. Rattler, not a bad quarterback. Kamara's not playing well the last few weeks. I have him on fantasy. But the Saints just don't have many weapons. Rattler's doing okay. I don't think we're going to see Shuck anytime soon. Maybe at the end of the year. Maybe the last few games. Might as well throw him in there to see what they have with Shuck. But yeah, we're gonna keep seeing Rattler because he's a decent quarterback, but he's gonna lose against the Patriots. What's up, Mossy? Welcome in. We're in the final 10 minutes of pre-snap read before we hop into the Giants-Eagles game tonight. Bruins 1-1. Heyo, we got the Avalanche. I can't cover the Avalanche tonight, but they are on in a little while as well. But I gotta cover football. But I will cover more Avalanche games soon. Titans and the Raiders. Oh, this game is a bottom of the barrel game. The Raiders are home in Las Vegas. Cam Ward is bad. Geno Smith's horrible too. Two of the worst quarterbacks in the league. And they're facing each other. This is a no-watcher. Do not watch this game. It's on Fox. Do something else. Watch a different game. This game sucks. Quarterback play is abysmal. Bad, bad game. How many interceptions is Geno Smith going to throw? How many interceptions are Ward going to throw? Is there going to be more interceptions than points? Quite possibly. I don't know. But this is going to be awful. Probably a low-scoring game. They're just going to see who throws more interceptions, who takes more sacks. Who's going to make less mistakes is who's going to win this game. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be brutal. What up, Hammer? Welcome in. Appreciate you showing up and showing out. So, Titans, Raiders. I'm leaning towards the Raiders only because they're the home team, and it's a rookie quarterback at the other end. Because, like I said, Geno Smith is horrible. Horrible. So, it's this one I don't like either. I wouldn't touch this one. This is bad. Bad, bad, bad. But the Titans could win it. I don't like it. But I'm going with Raiders because they're home. Yikes. All right, here's another goodie. This one is a great one, which I'll be covering, like I said. The Niners and the Buccaneers. This is the afternoon game. I'm going with the Bucs. 80% took the Bucs. They're firing on all cylinders. Baker. Gotta love him. He's the number 8 QBR. And what is Mac Jones? QBR 10. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards the Bucs. I want the Bucs. I want the Rams to win that division. I don't want to see the 49ers 4-1. The Bucs should go to 5-1. I don't see how these Niners win it. I mean, it's going to be McCaffrey and Jones again. But we'll see if this can go to 3 weeks in a row that Mac Jones plays really well, which is possible. Then you got to start saying, maybe it's not a fluke. Maybe he turned the corner. Here comes Mac Jones on the road, outplaying Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. That would be shocking. That would be bonkers. Go Bucs go, says Chomas. Man, oh man. Yeah, 49ers shocked the Rams. I don't think they shocked the Bucs, but if they do, it's time to start thinking, how are these Niners winning? How are they doing this? And maybe they can win the division. And maybe they are a legit playoff team. They could be a playoff team. I still don't think they're winning the division, but Mac Jones surprising, just like Daniel. All right, moving on to the Bengals and the Packers. Only 6% took the Bengals. Flacco's only been there less than a week, and the Packers defense should get back on track. Packers 2-1-1, Bengals 2-3, but I don't know if they're going to win another game this year, which is crazy to say without Burrow. Maybe at the end of the year, Burrow comes back for those last couple games and gets a win, but yikes. It's going to be weird seeing Flacco in a Bengals uniform, isn't it? Like that's going to be insane. That's going to be weird. What number is he rocking anyway? Is he going to be wearing 5? I don't even know. Don't even want to know. I'm not going to be watching that game. I'll just see the highlights of Flacco getting beat up and bashed around. Packers dominate that one. They dominate, right, Hawkins? They have to. You don't think the Bucs will win? Of course. Yeah, definitely the Bucs win the division. Bucs win the division easy. I'm talking about the Niners. The Niners, I don't think, win the division. The Bucs win their division easily. Definitely, Bundy. So Packers take that one. That should be a smashing. And the Packers get back on track. Hopping to the Lions and the Chiefs game. The Sunday night football game. Let's go. Then we got 2 Monday night games, which we'll get to in a second. But the Lions and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are home. And 25% of people took the Chiefs. Wow, that's a lot. That seems too high. This Lions team is way better than the Chiefs. It's Mahomes and a bunch of clowns in that circus show out there in Kansas City against the Lions, firing on all cylinders, beating teams down. Not just winning like the Colts, but beating teams down. Besides that one loss that they weren't ready, apparently, against the Packers. This team can run it down your throat with 2 running backs. Could be the best combo in the league. And they could toss it everywhere with Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 touchdowns on the year. Jared Goff, 12 touchdowns to 2 interceptions on the year. This guy's good. You know, and I thought he was average for years. Now he's good. He went from average to good. Good. All right, he's not a bad man, but he's getting close. He's getting close, Stephen A. Watch out for Goff, because I was unimpressed by him for years. And now with a great coach and team, elite. They're going to the elite status. Lions win on the road against the Chiefs, sinking Kansas City to 2-4. That'll be glorious. And the Lions moving up to 5-1, dominating that division. Going to keep that away from the Packers. Gotta love it. Then we got 2 Monday night games. We got the Bills and the Falcons. This is the earlier game on at 7:15 Eastern. Falcons, all they have is Bijan Robinson, and you don't know which Michael Penix Jr. is going to show up. Bills going to be hungry after their loss to the Patriots. The Bills going to bounce back, and Jared Allen's going to probably have like 4 touchdowns. It's going to be a mess. Cook's probably going to have 2 of those as well, or included. Might be a couple passing touchdowns, but I'm going to say the Bills go off on the Falcons. 2-2 Falcons. Yeah, 4% took the Falcons. The defense is going to gobble up the Falcons too. It should be a bounce back game. I feel bad for Atlanta. It's going to be all Bills all night. I'm not going to cover that game because it's too early. I work, and then I have my Magic Club, so I'm going to get home for the 6 o'clock game. So after, we're not going to watch this. The Bills should smash them. This other game, hopefully, is a little bit closer, and this one is at 8:15 Eastern Time. Bears, Commanders. I'm covering this because it's late in the day for me to be able to cover it. And the good thing I like about this, the NFC matchup, is that it's 2 of the top quarterbacks that were taken last year. Caleb Williams, Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. My bad. Jeez. So we get to see these second-year quarterbacks facing off against each other. The Commanders have the better team, the better running game, and they're home. They should easily win. But I want to see how these quarterbacks do against each other, because this could be the future of the NFL in the next couple of years, if Caleb gets better, of course. But I'm going to look at these young guys, see what they can do. I got the Commanders winning this one nicely. They should be able to take down the Bears. The Commanders, to me, are a wild card team. They're 3-2. Daniels is back. He's healthy. No more Mariota nonsense. And the Bears are 2-2. But they're not that good. They're average. They're mid at best. Commanders win that one Monday night. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Watch with me. This pregame show is cool. Yeah, I usually do this in the mornings, Thursday mornings. But I was like, let me try moving it to the afternoon before the Thursday night football game, and see if we get more viewers. See if we get more people to watch, because it's pretty early on Thursday morning. So I'm trying it out. One, because I was off this morning and wanted to sleep in, but I was like, you know what? I have time. Let's try a time change, and let's see if we could get something going, build up a following later in the day. What up, Addy? And this also can lead into the NFL game, which I'm gonna switch you guys over to that in a minute, because I'm gonna send you over there and set up for the night game, because that game's starting up in 16 minutes. We're in the final minute. We're at the end of the show. We covered all the games. We did it all here on this Thursday night. So, we got to shut it down. We got to start the game, because it's Thursday night football with the Giants and the Eagles. But let me tell you this. There's a movie from 2006, created and directed by Mike Judge, called Idiocracy. Okay? And he had to get some footwear for some of the people in the future that are just a whole bunch of idiots, that are just completely ridiculous. So he wanted to buy some cheap footwear. They had to be cheap, futuristic, and stupid looking. So in his movie, what did he have them wear? He had them all wearing Crocs. So that was his envision of the future. People being so stupid, so dumb, and what do they wear all the time? Crocs. So, just a heads up. Don't be an idiot. Don't wear Crocs. Comfort is not that important. Don't be an idiot. Be an idiot in other ways. Don't wear Crocs. That's how we're going to end our show. Please snap read. We shall see you Monday or in a few minutes for the Giants Eagles. See you guys in a few minutes. Thanks for coming out. Please snap read.